Hello everybody and welcome to Beastcoast Pokemon. My name is Cybertron Zhang, and in this video, James Baek and I are going to be doing a best of 3 exhibition VGC set. We'll be using the Series 2 rule set, which now allows for Paradox Pokemon. For the first couple of months of VGC in Scarlet and Violet, Paradox Pokemon were not allowed, but the Series 2 rule set now will allow them to be used, and you can use any number of them on your team. And so James and I have selected teams that have a fair amount of Paradox Pokemon to showcase how powerful they can really be, and I, as always, am excited to battle against James. And so, yeah, thank you so much, as always, for joining us here at Beastcoast Pokemon. We're trying to do all kinds of Pokemon-related content, and so let us know what else you'd like to see down in the comment section below. And if this is content that you enjoy, it would really mean a lot if you consider leaving a like in the video or subscribing to the channel, as it helps us out a ton. So without further ado, let's get into this exhibition best of 3. Hey guys, Cybertron. Relax, I was just gonna get there. Anyway, as this little buddy was saying, 80% of you aren't subscribed to the channel, so hit that subscribe button. It really helps. Hey, what Pokemon are you? Alright, our very first Series 2 exhibition battle here. And actually my first Series 2 best of 3. And just my first Series 2 battle in game. So, I'm pretty excited. I think it's interesting. We have, what, 2 of the same Paradox Pokemon in Iron Bundle and Great Tusk. And I have the Roaring Moon. He's got the Flutter Mane. And then our support Pokemon are completely different. There's the Abomasnow, the Arcanine, and the Golden Go. Curious, I feel like Amoonguss just shouldn't make an appearance here. If I were James, I would go with the... I think Iron Bundle is really important for him. And it has Focus Sash, which is kind of a problem for me. But I can use Roaring Moon to set up Tailwind, which is good. Great Tusk is pretty interesting. Especially with Assault Vest. One of the go-to leads with this team is just Roaring Moon plus Abomasnow. I'm worried about Iron Bundle plus the... What's the name of the Volcarona? Iron Moth? That could cause me some problems. We have Snarl and Arcanine. I'll try Roaring Moon, Abomasnow, Iron Bundle, and Great Tusk here. It's one of the main modes with this team. We'll see how it actually goes. It's just time to get used to playing with these new Paradox Pokemon. So James's team has Iron Moth plus Flutter Mane, right? So the idea is that you get the booster energy via Quark Drive. Sorry, the Quark Drive via booster energy. And then you can drop your opponent's speed or special defense via Acid Spray and go from there. It's going to be Iron Bundle and King Gambit. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, the general idea here is we can just go for Tailwind into Aurora Veil immediately. I guess the debate is whether or not I want to consider clicking Aurora Veil or just attacking, like Earth Powering into King Gambit. But I think this is decently effective. If something goes down, it's a free switch in an Iron Bundle. We go Terra and then just start spamming Blizzard with it. One of the things to keep in mind, though, is how many turns of Snow will we be able to actually utilize, right? Because this is not like Icy Rock on the Abomasnow. Okay, so we start off with our Tailwind. Still faster, but that makes sense. It's an Icy Wind coming out. Speed drops, so we're at +1 essentially. Get my Aurora Veil up, which is nice. Okay. And, ooh, Assurance. Yep, that makes sense. That will still get the KO because of a crit. I'm actually curious if we would have survived without the crit. Like, it was increased damage, but we resist it. Plus, I had Aurora Veil up. But honestly, I actually don't think that's too bad because it's a free switch in into the Iron Bundle for me. I guess I could go into Great Tusk. The King Gambit on his end is Dark Terra. But I have Aurora Veil up, and I have the defense boost from Snow.
That was a massacre. I actually probably would have preferred it living because I actually don't know the calc on the Assurance there. And I really wanted to know like if I could have put it in Sucker Punch range potentially for my King Gambit, especially with Terra Dark. So kind of unfortunate there because I would have actually really liked that. But we're going to see the Iron Bundle come out, which is not too surprising here. Okay. So I would like to just double protect here. Stall out a turn of Tailwind. I also want to see what the Iron Bundle is going to lock itself into, whether it's going to be the Freeze Dry right here, maybe just a Blizzard straight up. The Abomasnow could definitely switch out right here, which I wouldn't be surprised, but we're going to see a Terra immediately. So he is going to commit right here, which is perfect, which means that this should, I'd say you're going for the Freeze Dry here, but we'll find out. So the Snow Boost is increasing defense on that Iron Bundle right here. We're going to see the Protect come out from my side because there really is just no reason to. There's no Encore on this Iron Bundle that I have to worry about. It is a Choice Specs variant. So we will go for a double Protect here just to scout, and we're going to see a Blizzard come out. Okay, so Blizzard is going to be the move of choice here. And then Abomasnow is also going to go for a Blizzard, maybe an Energy Ball here into the... Oh, double Blizzard actually. Wow, that's actually quad resisted into Iron Bundle, so that would not pick up a knockout, I'm pretty sure. Even if Iron Bundle is pretty poor special defense, I think I'd be okay there. But yeah, definitely not what I expected here, but it will work out. I have Iron Moth, so after Tailwind's up, and because he Terra'd, Heat Wave is really threatening to KO here. So all I needed to do is figure out how to get some chip here across the board. So I think I'm just going to go for an Icy Wind for speed advantage. Or should I save this Mon? Because this Mon's really, really good against him in general. It might be worth to sack the Great Tusk, but of course hitting Hydro Pump in the end game isn't exactly super ideal here. So, but if it's Golden Go in the back, I think I'd prefer this. So I think I'm just going to Icy Wind here. And let's just go for an Assurance into the Iron Bundle for the chip. I really don't need the damage in a Abomasnow. Pretty sure it goes down to Heat Wave from Flutter or the Iron Moth. So Blizzard does a pretty good amount. That actually did over half. An Icy Wind going to come out, so more speed advantage for me. The Abomasnow's back to neutral speed. My Kingambit's not going to outspeed, but not that big of a deal. I'm expecting to do a ton of damage though with this upcoming attack. Blizzard going to come out. Kingambit, please. Nice, no freeze. Assurance going to come out and does a ton of damage, as you can see right there.
Okay. He's probably just going to double protect again, right? Yeah, I'm kind of sad. I would have expected this to do a little bit more. I guess, like, the resistances are fairly strong here, right? I think I'm just too used to thinking, oh, it's going to, like, blow things up even with resistances, but Iron Bundle does resist it quite well. So let's think about things. I think it's just another double protect right now. Switch into Great Tusk and Earth Power. I think I would have been better off just bringing Great Tusk out first earlier, but I was like, well, I set up Aurora Veil, I set up Tailwind, time to just bring out Iron Bundle, but the duo that he led is just quite good into the Iron Bundle combos, right? Okay. Kingambit doesn't protect, so I actually managed to snipe it with an Earth Power, which is pretty sweet. That's cool. The Cork Drive on that team, or sorry, the booster energy is on the Iron Moth.
A good Earth Power read on their part. Okay. Tailwind peters out. This is not Earthquake. I could go into my Iron Moth, though, and Terra Grass. Close combat would do a ton of damage if he decides to go for that raid here. I could also go into my own Great Tusk, but which isn't that bad of a play when I think about it. In the long term. Yeah, I could just go into Great Tusk here, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to go into Great Tusk, actually, yeah. I think Great Tusk makes a lot of sense here because you can only target one of my Mons. I think Icy Wind into a close combat should always just get the Abomasnow right here, and I think that's 100% worth it. I could also knock off the Great Tusk right here, which isn't that bad. I think close combat's fine here. Yeah, I'm just going to Icy Wind in close combat the Abomasnow, pick up the knock on Abomasnow, lower the speed on that Great Tusk so mine can outspeed, which would be really nice here. Could be a little bit of a complicated endgame. It really just depends on what he decides to go for as a read upcoming, but I will get damage and speed control into the Great Tusk, and I think it really comes down to the Iron Moth coming in the back. So Icy Wind does land on both. I'm able to get some decent chip into the Great Tusk. Yeah, that's still some pretty good chip. The Aurora Veil is going to be ending soon too, so that's also a huge factor right here. So close combat into the Abomasnow. We'll pick up that knockout. Okay, goodbye. Excellent. And just in case, because of that snow defense plus Aurora Veil, I want to make sure Icy Wind, because I would have loved Hydro Pump damage or Freeze Dry damage into the Great Tusk, but I still think that works out. And Iron Head, does that pick up a knockout with the snow? No, it does not. Which is actually kind of weird for me, I suppose.
I think the problem for me is that it's going to be Iron Moth as his final Pokemon, right? That doesn't even KO. Okay, it's because I set up the snow to give it a defense boost. I could have close combated there. I didn't want the defense drops. Oh, but this is interesting. I could lock into Icy Wind now. Icy Wind close combat. Is he max speed? He probably is, right? This is modest Iron Bundle as well. That's not good for me if he's timid, which I would expect him to be. Oh, is it just... Wait. It's not going to be a double protect with this, yeah. Huh. That makes sense, though, if Iron Moth's the last one. I think it's a pretty guaranteed win. Actually, Iron Moth or Fluttermane, I think, just wins this endgame. That almost one-shot. But we're slower here, so yeah, James is going to end up taking this first one. Okay, that was interesting. The Iron Bundle was fun, but it wasn't really that strong. I think the main problem for me is this just sash on the opposing side. I actually think Arcanine's pretty interesting as a lead, because I can also Will-O-Wisp it and Water Terra with it to get around James's side. So I think like the main thing is King Gambit plus Iron Bundle, which is kind of an annoying lead. I wish I could have seen whether or not Roaring Moon would have survived without the critical hit, because I just do not know that damage calc at all. I would think so, though, given the resistance and the Aurora Veil being up.
I don't think I have to Terra in this game to win, even. I think I just click Energy Ball here. I think Energy Ball is just super solid right here. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That is very, very nice here. And we will get the speed boost on the Iron Moth, which would have allowed me to outspeed their Iron Bundle. We can go for a Freeze Dry here and Energy Ball. Pretty sure that KOs, but even if not, this Great Tusk does not have Earthquake, so I should always just 100% seal the game right here. Because I don't imagine I KO Great Tusk. Great Tusk doesn't have the best special defense. Granted, mine did survive that insane Terra boosted Icy Wind right there, but... I don't think this Great Tusk is going to have as much luck as mine did. So no Golden Go is interesting and no Arcanine Intimidate, which makes sense with the King Gambit, but okay, that might mean I get to play more aggressive with my Iron Bundle here, because the Iron Bundle is the only thing I was really worried about was getting damaged from Roaring Moon, as well as the Golden Go potentially. Energy Ball going to KO the Great Tusk. Excellent. So perfect game one right there. I felt like, yeah, the crit was unfortunate, but I did actually think it put me in a really weird position. Just depended on like how much damage the Assurance actually did, because it's still a King Gambit 120 base power Assurance from Black Glasses. It does a good amount, and I've seen it do a ton of damage. But of course, with that Aurora Veil up, could have been a little bit of a different story. But I think I still could have been in a pretty good spot at the end, and I could have stalled out Tailwind turns potentially easier, especially if I threatened that knockout. So. Again, I really don't know the calc on that, but we do take game one and we'll move on to game two right there. So, trying to think about what the next game will entail right here. I'm trying to figure out what exactly do I go for here, right? Because now we have a lead, we can force more aggression. Are we going to see the Great Tusk lead? I think Great Tusk lead makes a lot of sense here. Great Tusk plus the Roaring Moon would make a lot of sense to me here. So that might be something that we are going to see upcoming. If that's the case, Great Tusk lead is actually kind of a big deal. Fluttermane isn't too bad here, I guess, into it. I'd probably go Fluttermane here. Yeah, I'd go Fluttermane here. I'm going to go Fluttermane Iron Bundle then, if I would expect that lead. And I think I am expecting that lead. Do I like my Great Tusk? Outspeeding was actually really nice on that part, but I'm not 100% sure on it. I definitely want Iron Moth in the back, and King Gambit? Do I want King Gambit in the back? It's just a little bit complicated because I'm not 100% sure. I think it'd probably be Great Tusk, right? Because my main goal usually generally is to try and eliminate the Roaring Moon as fast as I can, but strong Sucker Punch and the Hail is really nice. I just don't know if I would Terra the Iron Moth or not, guaranteed, because of course we are dealing with hail. So it might be Great Tusk because Terra Steel would allow me to take a bunch of hits, I think, from Aaron's side with that Assault Vest. Let's try it out. We have a game up that we have to work with. I don't think Amoonguss is that great. King Gambit was absolutely fantastic. We'll bring the Fluttermane and just see if it can do anything. I wonder how fast that Iron Tusk is, or not Iron Tusk, that Great Tusk, because of the fact that it is an Assault Vest set. It might be slower than Fluttermane. If it's slower than Fluttermane, there's going to be some really interesting interactions. And yeah, we exactly see what I expect here. The Great Tusk here in next to the Roaring Moon. Okay.
It's going to be Fluttermane and Iron Bundle, okay? So I'll be able to Tailwind pretty easily. It's Fairy Terror on Fluttermane as well. But you can just Icy Wind. It's actually interesting to consider protecting on turn 1. I could see a double protect from their end, honestly. I don't know. Me going for Terra is fairly obvious. I actually kind of want to play aggressively and not Terra with Great Tusk on turn 1. Huh. I'm thinking of Protect Close Combat because I think this Focus Sash is just so annoying to deal with. And I don't want to Terra in case he just double protects on turn 1. Okay, it's just Icy Wind. That's fine with me. My decision to... Well, we'll see how much I take. It might just be Icy Wind Dazzling, right? But I would expect to survive that with the Assault Vest. But a Terra would have been pretty strong there, in my opinion. Oh my gosh. It lives on 1 HP. Okay, I'll take it. That was too scary though. So I can Tailwind. I can also like Flying Terra. The decision here is, do I think Iron Bundle is going to protect? He might just attack with both like Icy Wind and Dazzle. Because the play I want to make is to Terra and Acrobatics Iron Bundle. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Iron Head into Fluttermane. By going for Terra, I get rid of my Dark typing. So Fluttermane shouldn't KO me. Man, it's so weird. Like, this feels like I'm playing a completely different game after Series 1. Let's see. Okay, yeah, neither Pokemon protected, which makes sense. But if it's just Dazzling Gleam, that's fine. Because I still have the speed advantage going into next turn. And I can pressure Tailwind. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, I'll take it. Although I'm not sure I needed to Terra there, actually.
I am able to get a Dazzling Gleam off into the Great Tusk, pick up the knockout. I am able to get good damage into the Roaring Moon. Okay, now the question is, what are we going for from here? Because I feel like I should have probably switched out. Now I have like a bunch of flying weaknesses, which is a little bit concerning. I do kind of want to go with the Great Tusk, though, I think. Complicated. I think it is Great Tusk. If I go Iron Moth, Acro Mind Games are just really... Yeah, I think I go Great Tusk here. Let's see. Does Hydro Pump KO me? I think that's a big question I have. That would be a big question. Does Hydro Pump KO my Fluttermane? Because I imagine that this would be Tailwind. Oh, the Roaring Moon's actually giving me a problem. Because I think Iron Bundle is coming out. This is going to do a lot of damage. Yeah, Iron Bundle. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I need the Grass typing. It doesn't change anything. I think we just protect our Fluttermane. And the question is, how much am I doing damage-wise to this team? Close combat should pick up a knock-on Iron Bundle, which would be pretty nice here, and I think I do go for that. I'm trying to debate about this end game, though. Yeah, this end game is going to be really complicated, I think. I'm going to close combat. I think I should have brought King Gambit. If I brought King Gambit back, I just Sucker Punched the Roaring Moon, and I would have been in a fine position because Sucker Punch actually just threatens so much, right? So I think that would have been better here. Oh, well. Oh, we see the Iron Bundle retreat, actually. Is this into the Abomasnow? Okay, good play on Aaron's part. He might get the Aurora Veil up, which is fine. I need damage on the Roaring Moon. That's what matters to me here. But yeah, we will Terra Steel here. Close combat is a decent amount to the Abomasnow. There's a Focus Sash, so even if I crit, it doesn't matter anyway. But yeah, we do have Terra Steel. I wonder how much Heavy Slam does to Roaring Moon. Because I'd imagine Roaring Moon is really heavy, so I wonder if close combat might be better into it. We protect Fluttermane here. Tailwind. Oh, if I went for a Moonblast, I wasn't sure if he would go for the Tailwind right there or just the Acro, because the Acro would have done a ton. Yeah, good, but Abomasnow takes so much damage from that, but yeah, right now it's not looking super pretty here.
Perfect. Now I can Acrobatics into Fluttermane and Earth Power. Do I want to Aurora Veil instead? No, I think Earth Power is too essential right now. I need damage onto Great Tusk. That was a scary turn. It also means now that Iron Moth can't Terra, so I can take advantage of its weaknesses. Actually, I mean, yeah, it Terraing is interesting to even consider in itself, but here's Acrobatics. Fluttermane is down. Okay. I'm faster. I've got my Earth Power, super effective. Does 50. They're going to go for Heavy Slam. That makes sense. That did so little damage? What? How did he do that little? Okay.
Heavy Slam. Into the Roaring Moon. That does no damage. Yeah, it's probably really heavy now that I think about it. Okay, I think my next plan, I think this is okay. Like, I'm pretty sure that King Gambit just be brought next time. And if we play this matchup again, it's not terrible. So, ooh boy, do I protect here? How many turns? He's got multiple turns of Tailwind. I think my best play is, I probably just Heat Wave here and Heavy Slam. I think my only hope, I could go for the double, but even then, I think Roaring Moon still outspeeds regardless. So I don't think there's any like reason to prolong this. Also, like, there might be a chance that if he thinks it's a roll with Earth Power, you protect the Roaring Moon and expecting to protect on the Iron Moth and you go for an Earth Power. I think that definitely could make some sense here. So trying to cover for mistakes right here, because that's basically how I get out of this situation, because I kind of just let the, yeah, like that. Yeah, exactly. I went for the Heat Wave here. And now there might be an out. We also, okay, wait, hold on. We do have outs. We do have outs. Well, we need to hit that first. Okay, so if we hit that first, it's actually a game, right? Because I think if we hit the Heat Wave into the Abomasnow, we force a situation with the Iron Bundle having to hit Hydro Pump right there.
Yeah, Iron Moth just... Okay, yeah, this works, I think. Oh, Abomasnow actually dodges it. Well, that secures the game up for sure. I was thinking about how I would have won if the Heat Wave connected, because I still had one more turn of Tailwind, then I bring out Iron Bundle, and then the next turn I can just go for, like, Acrobatics plus Hydro Pump. I mainly just don't know if Acrobatics gets the one-hit KO. Wait, no, this game still isn't even over.
I mean, now I think we just go for a Protect here, and this is where we... Yeah, we just Protect here. Now we just hope that for some reason the Roaring Moon has a really complicated EV spread where it's still, like, even with the speed boost, you underspeed Iron Bundle, which maybe you have like a lot of bulk on Roaring Moon and not much speed. I've definitely seen those kinds of spreads before, so I don't remember what Roaring Moon's speed is. You should always Aurora Veil here, I think, and go for Acro. Like, I don't see why you wouldn't here. And then I just have to Heat Wave, I guess, KO some Roaring Moon, which I don't know if with Aurora Veil it would. Let's say if I outspeed, if it's that bulky, right? You should always Aurora Veil here. Yep. Okay.
Does Heat Wave KO me? Wait, also, like, Iron Bundle's special defense is only 60 and it's only base 56 HP. I'm just worried about Acrobatics not KOing this. So I want to, like, Tailwind and then Hydro Pump, but then I could miss Hydro Pump. But I don't think Heat Wave KOs Roaring Moon with Aurora Veil up. I just don't know if Acrobatics is a KO. Yeah. Like, with this, at least I know I win the game 80% of the time. Yeah, there's Heat Wave. Okay, yeah, Roaring Moon survives. That's what I thought. Given that, then... Yeah, because you can't energy... Yeah. I would think Freeze Dry is a 2-hit KO. So I'm going to click Acrobatics now. I mean, it's fine to click Hydro Pump here, right? What's my... I just think Acrobatics should do so much damage. And I survive a Heat Wave, so I'll Freeze Dry. What is Iron Moth's base stats, though? I actually have no idea. I just didn't want to risk losing off a miss was the main thing here. And I have Aurora Veil up.
Freeze Dry is just interesting there. I mean, if I get the triple protect and we actually sped time, that would be insane. There's a double. That would actually be the most insane ending I think I've ever heard right here. So come on, Iron Wolf. Come on, Iron Wolf. Get the triple. Get the triple. Like, I'm surprised you're locking yourself into Freeze Dry. I guess because if Acro doesn't KO, but... Actually, does it?
Well, there's still another turn of Tailwind and Aurora Veil, so he's probably going to go for the triple, right? Okay, he doesn't get it. Well, let's see if Acrobatics would have just one-shot, because if so, then this was always just the best play. Yeah, it did not get the one-hit KO. That's what I thought. It feels like a damage roll there, though, so I'm honestly not sure. But we are going to game 3. That was way too scary. Okay, so he saw that Great Tusk was a really good lead from my end. So what's his Great Tusk answer? Like, no, I don't... you could bring a Mungus. It's a really big gamble, though. I think it's a really big gamble. He might also just play more aggressively on turn 1 and, like, target my Great Tusk immediately, right? Man, Iron Bundle Fluttermane is such a strong lead duo from his end. I'm thinking about Golden Go. I don't know, Golden Go still takes a lot of damage, though. It's just like Tailwind is really nice. I'm just worried, like, I don't think I can win again by doing the exact same thing if I lead the same thing. I guess I could always Terror Roaring Moon on turn 1 immediately, though. I wish I had 8 priority. If I had priority, I could double up onto his end immediately. I don't know. What about just Roaring Moon Golden Go? I actually don't hate that. And then in the back... Great Tusk. And do I go Bundle or Abomasnow? Weirdly enough, Abomasnow actually feels slightly better thanks to Sash, but I don't know. Bundle is just so much power still. Alright, we're going to go with the Golden Go adjustment here. My problem is he could go back to King Gambit, but are you really going to lead King Gambit when I led Great Tusk in the previous game? I think it's kind of risky, especially because this King Gambit doesn't have a defensive Terra. It's Dark Terra. Triple Dark type attack, actually. Cleave, Assure, and Sucker Punch Protect. which is pretty cool. Okay, Iron Bundle and Great Tusk. He's gonna go with his own Iron Bundle.
Wow. You know, I'll take this. I'll take this. Okay. Golden Go comes out. Interesting. Let's make it rain, Shadow Ball, Nasty Plot, Protect. Okay. What do I expect them not to bring? I guess they didn't bring the Great Tusk. I'd imagine you always bring Hail, because Hail is super strong here. So that actually makes things so much easier, because King Gambit is so good with this. Okay. I think I just Icy Wind here, the Golden Go and the Roaring Moon, and I think we go for a Headlong Rush here. They tell me make it rain, it's fine. But if I can KO Roaring Moon, that would be really nice. You know what? I'll go for it. Because if I get Chip onto the Golden Go, I can put it in range of maybe Sucker Punch. And if they Nasty Plots, I mean, I imagine they make it rain first. We're going to see a Terra here come out from the Roaring Moon, okay? Is this a double up into my... A double up would be pretty bad here. Into my... What's it called? This could be Protect, though. No, it's not. All right. Tailwind. This might be Tailwind Make It Rain. Which is fine. I don't think that's too awful for me. Yeah, it's Make It Rain. Okay. So Great Tusk takes that really, really well. All right. I get an Icy Wind off, so now I outspeed Golden Go. Life Orb Chip is actually pretty important. Hit the Icy Winds. Nice. Okay, beautiful. I want to say Roaring Moon is now in range of... Okay. Crit on Golden Go. That's actually kind of nice, I guess. Yeah, I could have went for the Headlong Rush, but then again, a free switch would have been great there. A close combat actually... Yeah, I did so much more. I think if I close combat instead of went for the Heavy Slam, it would have actually paid off dividends right there, but...
This turn's interesting. Three turns of Tailwind. Great Tusk could steal Terra and Iron Bundle could Protect right now. You could just go for another Icy Wind into close combat right now. I went for Protect and switch into my bundle. I don't know if that's correct, but... I like the idea of conserving Golden Go. I don't know. The other play I was thinking about, like... Because the problem is Golden Go ate the speed drop, right? So I was worried about their Iron Bundle outspeeding. Tusk switches. Okay. Ooh. Into Gambit. Okay. Sucker Punch pressure from that's now really scary. Yeah, an Iron Bundle did Protect. Yeah, this thing with Sucker Punch pressure is really tough right now. Also, if I Icy Wind, I will end up activating Defiant on this. Roaring Moon. Oh, I just realized these two speed tie as well. It's funny. I'm going to Hydro Pump King Gambit. It's just what I want to do with Iron Bundle right now. Because he should Sucker Punch me, right? But he might Protect. Yeah, Iron Bundle switches. Does Choice Specs Hydro Pump KO King Gambit? Into Great Tusk. Okay, surely it's Sucker Punch coming out right now. No! Oh, you didn't Sucker Punch, and I missed Hydro.
Oh, thank goodness. I don't think that KOs unless he doubled up, but let's see if he did. But that is Hydro Pump for you. Okay, he didn't double up. I think I survived without the double up. I'm pretty sure I do. Because he needs a Terra. Yeah, he would have needed a Terra. Yeah, that works out huge for me. Okay, Calto Cleave. Into the Roaring Moon. Picks up the knockout. Goodbye. At least I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the my King Gambit has some investment. Okay, he has Golden Go. I mean, I just go Iron Moth here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I just go Iron Moth here. What was this Terra? Steel? Okay. Oh, wait, that's an adjustment I did not want. Okay, that's why I didn't make the Blizzard play. Okay. Iron Moth here. Work Drive. Okay, this actually got scary. I didn't think he had Great Tusk in the back. I do have Iron Bundle though, and he still hasn't Terra though. That's a problem. I think we just go for a double protect here. It's the last turn of Tailwind, and there's not really like any benefit he really gets here. Yeah, I think I just double protect here. This is actually a close game now. This is actually a close game. This is a really close game now. Oh, how much does close combat do? That's the big question to me. How much does close combat do to Iron Moth if I Terra? Because I think I'm forced to Terra here in the upcoming turn. Okay. Protect with both. Then I'm going to Heat Wave Sucker Punch upcoming. Hydro Pump into the... And close combat the King Gambit. Okay. I haven't used my Terra yet. I could Terra Grass Energy Ball for a knockout, and that's probably what I'm doing here.
For example, you could Terra Grass with that now, and then just Energy Ball into my Iron Bundle. I want to predict this into Terra Grass, close combat to KO, and then switch my bundle out into Golden Go. Oh, wait, but he knows I'm Specs Hydro Pump locked right now. So he might just go Terra Grass, target Tusk. I just went Hydro close combat, but I don't think that's it. He does Terra. I would expect Moth to Terra here. I mean, is there any chance Great Tusk survives Energy Ball? And is there also any chance close combat one-shots Iron Moth? I went for Sucker Punch, I get crit. Oh, he just went Sucker Punch Heat Wave. Man, the switch play I was thinking about would have worked out. Would it have worked out? It would have worked out if close combat one-shot here. Does close combat one-shot? Oh, but now I just lose to... Ah, the switch I was thinking about would have worked. I lose to... If I switched, Golden Go would have went down. Bundle would have come back out. I can win off a Hydro Pump miss on his end now, right? Because the problem is he can just Sucker Punch Golden Go for a KO.
Actually, I should have this game guaranteed sealed, I think, now that I look at it. No, I should have this game 100% sealed. Because I go Iron Bundle here. And because I go Iron Bundle, I click Sucker Punch into Freeze Dry into the Great Tusk. Did he ever Terra? He did not ever Terra, did he? Oh boy. Oh, how have the cards reversed? Hydro Pump, Sucker. This is actually now where... This actually might have been the moment now where the Hydro Pump miss mattered on the Iron Bundle. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I Sucker Punch Hydro always, because could be Terra Steel here. I don't think Sucker Punch would KO the Great Tusk. Actually, if it Terra Steals, I should have Freeze Dried, because I think Freeze Dried plus Sucker Punch would have gotten it. But then again, this thing has really high defense. I'm not 100% certain. Okay. Pretty sure I definitely would have. Okay, I hit the Hydro from wow. That's step one of the process. Okay, goodbye, Great Tusk. Nasty Plot makes sense here. Okay. There should be Terra Steel upcoming. Unfortunately, Icy Wind is not going to be enough to outspeed the Golden Go right here. I wonder, does Calto Cleave finish it off? Because I'd rather, like, if Sucker Punch doesn't KO, I could Hydro Pump here and Sucker Punch. Then we play really weird Sucker Punch mind games. I'm just gonna go for it. Wait, did he? Oh, I'm so dumb. He had Roaring Moon Terror because I knocked it out so much earlier than expected. I'm like, oh, there's an endgame terror. I threw this so hard. Oh my goodness. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. That's actually embarrassing. Sometimes you just get lost in a moment where I'm like, okay, these are the threats in front of me. And then you kind of forgot about like what you already eliminated. In that case, I'm so bad. Oh my god. I don't think the Hydro Pump miss actually would have mattered if I remembered that, but it actually would. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is Pokemon sometimes. But all right, good games, Aaron.
GG's, dude. Always a blast.
Yeah, for sure. Better than the Series 1. I will say that. It definitely put up a fight there. But, oh, man. Dude, game 3. Like, jeez. The fact that I forgot you terra'd your Roaring Moon already.
I was wondering about that. Yeah. Because you went for Hydro instead of Freeze Dry, and I was like, isn't Freeze Dry and Sucker just like a guaranteed win there? Whereas like, if I actually made a bad play there because I ended up nasty plotting. Like I still needed to like click make it right. I think I still would have been in a pretty bad situation anyway, even if you missed. But yeah, I was like confused. But now you say you forgot about the Terra makes sense to me.
No, yeah, that was super silly of me. Game 2, I risked a heavy slam, and then yeah, I probably should have thought that Roaring Moon was going to be heavier. I thought it would do a little bit more, but I guess with the
I thought too. Yeah, I thought it was like, oh, maybe you'd come close to KOing, but then it did like 30 damage, and I was like, what? Like,
yeah,
it's funny because you're just talking about like forgetting about terroring, and this isn't like me forgetting about terroring, but in game 1. When I brought the Iron Bundle, I was like, time to just click Double Blizzard, and I totally forgot that Iron Bundle is Ice and Water typing, and so like a Bombasto could have clicked like Energy Ball or Earth Power there, but instead I just Double Blizzarded it, and it was just so weak. And I was like, what am I doing here? So I feel like one of the funny things about a new gen is just, or not a new gen, but like this new format is getting used to like the new typings of the Pokemon, because I am still like, I don't have it like all intuitively memorized, and the game even tells you, which makes it funnier, right? But I was like, I'm just gonna click my buttons. And so that's one thing to get used to, especially when you throw like Terra types on top, right? Predicting whether or not it's gonna stay in regular form or Terra, for example. And then like the booster energy interactions, I think really messes in my head as well, especially because like it's different from like a regular stat boost. You don't even see it in the screen, for example. And then like the speed interactions, as well as like it messes up like the damage calcs in terms of what you're used to in terms of damage, because yeah, it's like a slight boost, but it's not like a choice band boost, for example.
No, absolutely. I remember I messed up my typing game 2 with Iron Moth, and I thought I would go down acrobatics because I thought it was super effective, and then I'm like, wait, I'm fire poison, aren't I? It's because like I'm so used to this thing just going down in one shot normally from a physical hit that I'm like, anything's gonna one shot. But I was surprised that I lived. I know it had a bit of bulk because you need it for this to make sure you have max speed, and then like its special attack you have to decrease its usage, but like I was not expecting it surviving, so I thought it was like Hydro Pump had to go there in that situation. But man, I was not expecting Iron Moth. But yeah, I was like wondering why Energy Ball into Blizzard wasn't the option from instead of like Double Blizzard game 2. I thought you were trying to call like a switch or something, but yeah, that definitely makes some sense there. And yeah, these booster energies definitely are pretty crazy items, and I'm kind of upset that they don't showcase like, oh, booster energy in use or something like
yeah completely agree.
But
one thing I'm curious about, like I think we both had, you know, like Great Tusk and Iron Bundle on our teams, and so yeah, like Iron Bundle is really interesting. I think like yours was really scary, and your King Gambit I assume was max HP at least, right?
Yeah, it was max HP at least.
That makes sense. Yeah. I was doing the damage calc, and I was like, oh, if King Gambit like doesn't have max HP, the Specs Hydro Pump can one-shot it, but I figured you would survive there. But I was just curious because it would have given me some better sense of like what HP you had there. So I actually don't think the Hydro Pump miss really like impacted the game. But yeah, I think Great Tusk felt really powerful. Like the fact like close combat just got a one-hit knockout onto your Iron Moth was nuts. And like that turn I was thinking about like switching into Golden Go, but then you would have just one-shot the Golden Go, and then my Iron Bundle was modest. I don't know if yours was timid, but if it was timid, then I would have just been slower anyway in that end game.
No, yeah, mine was timid, and I went for Heat Wave Sucker Punch because I'm like, okay, if you go into Golden Go, I cover that switch, and if you stay in, I cover that switch as well. So like Heat Wave was always safe. I was just wondering if I should Terra the Great Tusk because, or no, was it no Terra my? Did I Terra my?
You Terra'd the Moth that turn.
Yeah, I Terra'd him off that turn. I was thinking so much about like, do I Terra or not? Because I had a feeling that the Terra might have been a bit too obvious, but
Right.
I just wasn't sure. Because like, I wasn't sure if I lived a close combat there at that point. I'm like, if you're Assault Vest and you lived the Icy Wind into the Dazzling Gleam from Life Orb, I'm like, maybe he has less attack investment, so that might allow me to survive potentially since I have a bit of bulk. But no, a Great Tusk is really strong and Iron Moth is frail. Although again, surprised about the Roaring Moon Acro surviving.
Me too, yeah. I think one thing that I thought you did really well in Game 3, by the way, was like bringing King Gambit back into the fray. Because I was like, oh, I'll mix it up by bringing Golden Go, especially since you led Fluttermane in the last game. And even though I won Game 2, like, I didn't feel super confident about the lead. And I felt like, yeah, like Roaring Moon plus Golden Go would have been really good into Bundle plus Fluttermane. And then you let the Tusk, and then you also King Gambit in the back. And I was like, oh, this is a lot worse for Golden Go. And so, like, I didn't really get to do very much with Golden Go because it was always just pressured by your King Gambit, which was, I think, like, showcased in that end game as well. And so it's a smart decision to bring it.
Yeah, I also really enjoyed your games 2 and 3. I had a feeling you were leading Great Tusk and Roaring Moon, and that's what I called. But I don't think my game plan was going to be as solid looking back at it. So game 3,
I did survive on a 1 HP though. Like if I just fade there, I feel like it's completely different.
I guess it just depends on the speed of Great Tusk. But Tail and Ironhead actually would have been super threatening to me regardless.
Right. Yeah.
Or
exactly.
yeah. So they were just like, or you could even just like have Terra Steel immediately, went for the Iron Bundle, and then like you had pretty free acros at that point, or just Tailwind attacks. So. Yeah, it would have just been really hard to. And then game 3, I thought he had a Bomb Stone in the back. And when I didn't Sucker Punch your Roaring Moon, it's because I thought you were just going to hard swap to Bomb Stone and click Blizzard there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
That was like a super safe play if you had a Bomb Stone. But then you had the Great Tusk. I'm like, shoot, he actually brought like the perfect mon for the situation. This might get a little bit rough endgame wise. But yeah, I thought he played that set super well too.
Yeah, I think like one thing, so this is a team that I just saw online, and it's really fun. And I think I do wish I maybe had like priority on something like an Ice Shard on Abomasnow or like an Extreme Speed on Arcanine, because I think the lack of priority made things trickier, where it was like I figured you would survive. You have the Focus Sash on the Iron Bundle, so I had to like create a game plan to get around that in game 2. I think the Sash just made things really tricky, right? Because like even though I have Tailwind on Roaring Moon, like the rest of the Pokemon on this team are like, other than Iron Bundle, are like middling speed. So after you get an Icy Wind drop, like then your bundle might just outspeed me the next turn. And so like dealing with Bundle was really tricky, especially with the lack of priority. And then you also had priority with Sucker Punch on King Gambit. And I feel like, priority was decently strong in Series 1. And with, I think, Focus Sash, Iron Bundle, and Fluttermane, I think I predict them to both be, fairly common in Series 2. Priority to deal with both of those so that you can just, like, combo it, and only let them get one attack off, I think could be something that could be valuable in the format.
No, yeah, especially since Iron Bundle has so many sets that I could run. Your choice one was going to be doing a lot of damage to me. The Focus Sash one, of course, was really annoying because you have to get 2 hits off into my Iron Bundle. And then, like, if I had Booster Energy, for instance, I just outsped your Roaring Moon and could just Icy Wind immediately for, like, Icy Wind into Fluttermane would have actually been very deadly. So
crazy.
It's an insane Pokemon at this point. Like, but I'm really glad we got to showcase, like, quite a few of the Paradox mods, because that was obviously the focus of Series 2. And we got to showcase, like, I showcased everyone on my team, and I think you brought all 3 of yours. Well. Yeah. So I'd say
I do think these will be like the most common ones, more or less, right? Like I think all the ones between your team and the one that I was using here, these are all just like the ones people are using the most. I think what'll be interesting is how do people utilize them? A lot of people are using Booster Energy plus Acrobatics, Tailwind on Roaring Moon, but I think there's other sets you can use, like set up bulkier sets, for example. With Bundle, I had Specs, you had Focus Sash. With Fluttermane, you had Life Orb. I think like Focus Sash is another item I'd expect to see on that Pokemon. Iron Moth, I think, a lot of people are using it the way you're using it currently with Booster Energy and Acid Spray, but a lot of viability on that Mon. And the Great Tusk sets we had were essentially identical, other than you having Knockoff, and then this set I had Ice Spinner. So it's a good introduction to Series 2, I feel like, because this is what you should expect to see in the early days of the format.
Yeah, maybe just include Iron Hands to the party, but...
Oh, true, yeah. Actually, I forgot about that. Yeah, I was like, wait, that one's like an S-tier one that we talked about, and didn't come out here. But no, that was a blast, man. It was always a pleasure.
No, of course. Always a pleasure to battle, Aaron, and we'll settle this, I guess, again in either... maybe a Series 2, since this one's actually a lot longer than the Series 1, because we actually have more months, or we'll set in Series 3, who knows? But it'll be up to the viewers to decide on that one.
Yep, thank you so much as always for joining James and I in this best of 3. It was honestly a lot of fun. I think one of the fun things about being new to like a series is making a lot of mistakes, you know, like James and I definitely forgetting about certain things and typings and not knowing the damage calcs as well. But that's why we wanted to do one early, right? I think it's always fun to see how quickly you can learn and develop as the format progresses. And you know, games like this always just bring so much valuable experience, because then you'll really remember not to make the same mistakes, hopefully, afterwards. But it was an absolute blast. I thought yeah, there was a lot of different adjustments that we both made and had a lot of fun with it. So thanks so much as always for joining us, and we'll see you next